Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is the day before one of the biggest games of the year, if we want to be honest. The 49ers versus the Chiefs, which has a lot of nostalgia built into it, recent nostalgia, and the fact that, man, you just played a Super Bowl against these guys 3 short years ago. I was there. And man, did that hurt. So there's a lot of redemption qualities in this game, perhaps not as much playoff implications as would be tied to the emotional status of Niners fans coming off that loss in 2019. But this game is big. It's going to be on the national stage all across the entire, it should have been a primetime game, but that's okay. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to find out who the 49ers are. Now, maybe not to the degree that we're all hoping for, but I think this is going to be big in the fact that, hey, we learn, are the Niners for real? Obviously, the Christian McCaffrey trade is gigantic, and I love all the hashtag CC's Countdown crew. We're giving away a lot of stuff these next few days. Giving away 4 tickets on this show to this Chiefs game, compliments of an anonymous Patreon, 2 to Twitter giveaway that we did, and 2 to a Patreon giveaway that we're doing. Plus, we're giving away, let's just throw it all up there. Why not, right? We're giving away a Kyle Juszczyk autographed jersey tomorrow after the game, so get those hashtag CCs in. That's all you got to do. And on Twitter, if you want another giveaway, you can head over there and another chance for the giveaway. That's where that is. And then we're also giving away this custom Levi's jean Niners jacket from our Instagram partners at Custom Jean Jacks, Jax, Custom Jean Jacks. All you got to do is head over to our Instagram, 49ers Rush Podcast, and the details are all there. Giving that away on Monday. So we've got 4 tickets given away today, 200 section, very expensive, which is awesome. I love this community and just what it brings. So the hashtag CCs are there, but shout out to Don, hashtag CMC. That's right, baby. The 49ers got a huge addition in Christian McCaffrey. We're going to be hearing from him and his press conference. We're going to be hearing from Coach Shanahan and why he was so important and all that he brings to the team, which, I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to get a little taste. We're going to get a Costco-sized sample, for those of you that know what that is, of CMC this week. I do not expect him to play the full game at all, but I do think that he's going to get around 12 to 15 snaps in this game, which could be huge. In those 12 to 15 snaps, he gets 4 to 6 touches. Probably going to be in the red zone. I love that. What's up, Trey? He says, longtime listener, first time making it live. What's up, man? Well, I'm very glad that you are here. Thank you. Turn that notification bell on. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on. We go live here all of the freaking time. James, he says, John, do you feel like this game will actually tell us if these teams are real contenders? Well, I'll be really, really frank and honest with you. The Chiefs are real contenders no matter what. I think they are one of the 2 best teams in the NFL. Definitely top 3 no matter how you look at it. They're just too good. You look at, they're coming off of a loss, which so are the 49ers, right? Now, it was a close game and whatever else. But the 49ers, they struggled. I think the 49ers are contenders. I think that this trade shows the front office, Kyle Shanahan, especially, the 49ers are all in. They're all in. They see this. We're in first place in the NFC West, even though it's log jammed with a bunch of 500 records. 49ers are in this. The NFC is down. And so to answer your question, the Chiefs 100% are contenders. Listen to, they're 4-2. They let's go through their wins and losses, okay? They beat the Cardinals by 23 points, which we made some money on that one. Beat the Chargers by 3. That's a division game. Lost to the Colts by 3. Probably one of the biggest, weirdest shakeups But a close loss to the Colts. Beat the Bucks by 10, beat the Raiders by 1, then lost to the Bills by 4. So their 2 losses have been very, very, very close. Very close. And they're kind of a tale, Dickens would be proud, right? Best of times, worst of times. You talk about their offense, number 1, most points scored. They're averaging 30 points a game. That's ridiculous. But their defense is awful. 26th in points allowed, averaging 25 points allowed per game. So almost every single one of their games are pretty, how do I say this? They're just shootouts. It's exactly what the NFL wants, with, star potential on offense and just points being scored on both sides. So it's interesting. It is, Fox National Game of the Week, so it's going to be up almost everywhere, which is awesome. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, man? Always good to see you. So yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. And this is the feeling of the 49ers fan base. You're coming off a loss, but expectations are super high. Why? Because of the Christian McCaffrey trade. I think this is very well said. Mosquito Killer, awesome hanging out these past couple weeks. He says, "What's up, John? Hope you're having a great morning." I am. He says, "I know I am. We got CMC, Bosa, Ward, and Trent Williams all coming back. I do expect Charvarius Ward to play. Jimmy Ward's not even on the injury report. He's playing no matter what. But maybe even Charvarius Ward. You have to look at the impact. Nick Bosa, who I consider the best defensive player in the NFL. I really, really do. Trent Williams, not even close, the best left tackle in the NFL. Jimmy Ward, where are they going to play him? I think he's going to be that number 3 linebacker. We finished all of our film work on the Falcons game, and I apologize. I really wasn't feeling good last few days, so I struggled with the voice, getting everything done. So I finished all the breakdowns today. Those are up on Patreon, patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. Every offense, defense, special team snap of the entire season is up. As soon as you sign up, you get access to all that. Plus, we do extra giveaways over there. Plus, we have a Zoom hangout tomorrow night after our live show. So we've got the game, which is the late game. As soon as the game's over, I'm going live. Then as soon as my live is over, I'll run to the restroom, and then we're going to start our Zoom hangout, where this is your time, where you guys come in and you share your thoughts, and it's the best time of the month. We do 2 Zoom hangouts. We've done 3 this month. This is the extra one, which is awesome. So again, if you want to join that, that's the Jerry Rice tier and up. So Jerry Rice or Bill Walsh tier gets invited to that. And if you can't make it, that's okay. We're going to record it, and we'll share that just with those tiered members and Patreon. So again, patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or just Google 49ers and Patreon, and you'll see it as soon as it pulls up. So having said that, Jimmy Ward, I think this is important. That number 3 linebacker was a giant weakness in that Falcons game, because the whole offense, the Falcons offense, their game plan was attack our defensive tackles, because they're a physical football team. That worked. Attack our number 3 linebacker, which was Oren Burks. They murdered that dude. Then DFF, he struggled mightily. Then they put Dante Johnson in as their number 3. That didn't go much better. So if you're looking across the roster, again, this is all predicated upon Charvarius Ward playing that outside corner spot, because then you've got Diamador Lenore and Charvarius Ward as your outside guys. Samuel Womack as an inside guy. I really don't want Samuel Womack playing outside as your nickel guy. And then you'll have Jimmy Ward, or maybe just Jimmy Ward stays number 3. And, he's your number 3 linebacker and your nickel, which would be ideal, because you got to keep Jimmy Ward out there. He's just too damn good. Which that'd be Jimmy Ward on Travis Kelce a lot, which anybody on Kelsey's going to be a struggle. He's pretty damn good, but I like that. I like that matchup. Let's see here. Bro, he says, John, wasn't expected CMC. However, you think we can make a push for Carroll? No. Derek Brown, Cam Irvin. Cam Irvin, maybe. Derek Brown, no. Cam's tape looks a lot like Burford. Yeah, you're not wrong there. But, and people kept saying, like, why do we trade for a running back, not a center? There's not a good center on a bad team right now. There's not. I really, really want to move Daniel Brunskill to center, which I'm hoping takes place after the Rams game on the bye week. I think that's the biggest weakness on this roster. Teams aren't trading centers. They're just not. And they sure as hell aren't trading top-tier defensive linemen. And so if I'm the Panthers, I'm rebuilding around Brian Burns. I'm rebuilding around Derek Brown, not a running back. And so I think that was really a win-win trade. I really, really do. Thank you, Shot Jay, for all of the kind words, man. So appreciate this, man. This is fun. So here we go. Let's dive. Oh, what's up? We got a gift. What's up? What's up? Samra, appreciate the gift, man. He says, I think this will be a very close game. Thoughts? Yes, I do too. I don't want to give away my predictions right now. I will at the end of this episode. But let's dive in. Let's go through. Let's break down the Chiefs first. Okay, we'll go over some injuries. We'll go over the history. We'll go over some analytics. Then I'll let you know what we saw on film, which our entire scouting report with 49ers cutback and the coaching tape of the Chiefs, that's up already on our Patreon channel as well. If you want to dive into the tape, the coaches tape of them and what they do well and what they don't do well, that's all there. So we'll be able to check that out. So, and also I do want to let everybody know, I am flying solo. Clayton is supporting his brother at a water polo match in the playoffs. I hope he wins, which is awesome. So just tag me in the chat at John Chapman. That way I can see it, and we'll be sure to get to it. So, all right, Pro Football Focus rankings for the Chiefs and 49ers to try to show what they do well. Overall, from Pro Football Focus, which takes a snap-by-snap evaluation, so it kind of shows consistency, probably more than anything else. The Chiefs are number 3 overall. Offense is 2nd. Defense is 12th. Special teams 15th. So that lets you know where the 49ers. Overall, overall, they're 6th. Offense tied for league average, 16th. Defense is 2nd. Special teams 29th. They took a little bit of a dip last week in defense from 1st to 2nd. Special teams continues just to make lots of mistakes. So again, overall, this is number 3 versus number 6. They're good teams. Back to your contender question from earlier, I strongly consider both these teams to be very, very good contenders. I would love for a rematch at the Super Bowl, but to be honest with you, I'd rather not play Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl again. But if we're going to be there, I'll take it. I'll take it any day. Head coach Andy Reid, by far one of the best in the NFL. His overall record, 256 and 153 with one tie. He's over 100 games over 500, which is bananas. He's just won everywhere consistently, everywhere he's gone. So that's there. Now let's give away some free tickets, baby. And again, this is not on me. The one thing that I will say that we have been able to establish in our 703 episodes of the 49ers Rush podcast is a community aspect and one of generosity and sharing. So shout out to the anonymous Patreon member that was willing to give us 4 tickets in the 200 section, really nice tickets, to help people come out and party, which is awesome. Which is just absolutely awesome. So we're giving away 2 tickets on Twitter. We're giving away 2 tickets on Patreon. The winner of the 2 free tickets on Twitter, Carson C. Newton, baby. His Twitter handle is at ATTYCCN, big time faithful. He's been a long time follower and supporter. I'll reach out to him and DM him. He gets 2 free tickets, and the other 2 free tickets on Patreon goes to D Good. Congratulations to you guys. I hope you have an absolute blast this weekend, and man, share some pictures so we can put those up. And if you're one of those people that's like, man, I want to take part. It doesn't have to be tickets. It could literally be if you have memorabilia or whatever, or anything that you want to take part in, just reach out to me, 49ers Rush Podcast at gmail.com. Be happy to help in any way that I can. Timothy, thank you for the gift. In Super Chat, he says, if McCarthy is even on the field, it's going to cause issues for the KC defense. 100%. You have to key that guy. Debo and McCaffrey with Kittle, Williams and Juice Blockett is a nightmare. And so, again, we're just getting a sneak peek, right? What I called it a Costco sample. We're just getting a taste. He's not doing the whole thing. And to be honest with you, probably not going to do the whole thing next week either against the Rams. I would expect 15 to 20 snaps this week, probably 30 to 40 snaps versus the Rams. Then you got your bye week. And then right after the bye week, it's full go, baby. which is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so that's one of the things I'm excited about is, we get a taste, but you don't get the whole thing. You got to wait. You got to wait. But exciting times, no doubt about it, ahead as we go. So injury report for the 49ers, man, it seems like everybody's going. Samson, he's good to go. McGlinchey's questionable with his calf, but I don't want to be rude. I like McGlinchey, and I hope he plays. I hope he starts. Daniel Brunskill looked really, really good at right tackle. Looked really good. Bosa, not on the injury report. He's good. Talanoa, he should clear his concussion, the last stage of concussion protocol this week, which is big. Trent Williams, not on the injury report at all. Jimmy Ward, not on the injury report at all. Charvarius Ward, probably the biggest question mark. But it's his former team. He's already got one practice in. I strongly expect Charvarius Ward to play. I really, really do. The only one that's not going to play, it's Eric Armstead. He's out. Mosley on IR for sure. And Verrett is probably not going to be activated this week. I think one more week. And I think that's a testament to the fact that Charvarius Ward's going to play, because you don't need those extra corners. So I fully do expect him to be out there. Charvarius Ward, and I think that's another reason why they're waiting on Jason Verrett. Tim, he says, won't matter. He doesn't have to do a lot. Just be there. You're right. Debo's biggest plays this year, and I keep highlighting this on all the breakdowns, is when he's used as a decoy. When you line him up in the backfield and you do a play action to him or one of those things, the entire defense is shifting towards Debo. So you shift it towards him and hit somebody else. And so, like, Christian McCaffrey could do that as well. Use them as decoys. I think Christian McCaffrey helps George Kittle more than anybody, because now those linebackers can't key and double team Kittle. You can't do that. Now they've got to focus on Debo or Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. I think the gaps for Kittle are going to be huge. I really, really do. I think that's where it's going to be. So I'm pretty excited about that. Tim says he's the most accurate where these guys thrives. Yeah, I love this, man. I think Mooney plays too, Collie. I really, really do. I think he's going to be awesome. Now, the Chiefs injuries, they got a lot. Every team in the NFL does now, but they are one of the most healthy teams. We're the most injured team in the NFL. Shocker. Stop me if you've heard that before. Joe Thurney, their guard, he's questionable. Mike Dana, their defensive end, questionable. Blake Bell, 49ers legend, baby. He just got put on injured reserve. He's not going to be playing. Rashad Fenton, questionable. Their corner. Their safety, Brian Cook, who I expect to play, is questionable. Hasn't had a great year. Rookie out of Cincinnati. I liked him a lot. Wharton, their defensive tackle, just got put on injured reserve. Trent McDuffie, their first-round pick, one of their first-round picks. They had two. The Tyreek Hill trade. But Trent McDuffie, their corner, first-round corner, he's on injured reserve, so he's not playing either. Now, the history of this matchup split right down the middle. They haven't really played that much. Only 14 games against each other, and it's tied 7-7. But the 49ers have lost 4 out of the last 5. And I think that's a testament to how good the Chiefs have been since Andy Reid showed up. Obviously, the last matchup was the 2019 Super Bowl, which took place in February of 2020. Sorry. I was there. That was an absolute blast of a game. Just came out wrong, 31-20. You were up 20-10 in the fourth quarter, and sure enough, defense gives up 3 straight touchdown drives, which is rough. And we've lived through that game a lot. There's mistakes. There was play calling mistakes. There were terrible blown assignments. There were bad calls by the refs. That's going to be fresh on a lot of the players' minds, especially guys like Nick Bosa. There's no doubt about it, especially Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Jimmy Ward. There's a lot of guys that are still there. But you look at the Chiefs, most of their team is gone. Offensively, I think the only 2 starters that were even around for that is the 2 best ones, Travis Kelce, and of course, I don't even want to say his name, but Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's just an absolute stud. There's no doubt about it. And here we go. Let's go into this. This clip was earlier the week. Kyle Shanahan was asked about Mahomes. He did not hold back. Good God.
Ever see people play like that, really? I mean, not many. There's not many people in the history of football as good as him. Reminds me of Elway a ton watching him, just how he's capable, just how he's a top thrower on the planet, and the way he can move. I mean, he's not always doing it just with a flat-out 40, just running away from people, but the way he feels space and can create time, and as he does it, his vision down the field with that arm talent is tough to deal with.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. And I love this. What's up, Tommy? Appreciate this so much. He says, John, #last dance. I love it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, Tommy. Appreciate you, Tommy. The man on the freaking guitar. He crushes it as always. So if we look at, we know what they do well, and that's their quarterback. Now, if you look at all these new starters versus, the draft and free agency, Trent McDuffie, first-round corner, he's out. First-round defensive end, George Karlaftis from Auburn. He's been playing okay, not great. Wide receiver, they got Sky Moore in the second round, one of my favorite players. Brian Cook in the second round. I had a fourth-round grade on, but liked him. Leo Chanel, linebacker, third round. Josh Williams, fourth rounder. Like, they just got a lot of guys that have played a lot. Added Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Justin Reid from Houston, who that's Eric Reid's little brother, who actually went to Stanford and played with Christian McCaffrey. So we'll get into the connections bit a little bit later. And shout out to the man, Coach Cruz. He's the one that, does all this digging and research. So just want to say thank you for all he does. And then Ronald Jones, who's not currently a starter, but he's out there as well. So let's look, okay? Let's look at the Chiefs defense. Let's pick it apart. Let's just go defense, then we'll go offense here in a second. Listen to these rates. They're not good. And if you're if you're like trying to find, if you're watching this show, trying to justify why you think the 49ers are going to win this game, and I think that they could win this game, 100%. This is why. Their defense is awful. 29th in red zone percentage. Out of 20 teams have been in the red zone against the Chiefs defense, they've come away with 15 touchdowns on 20 trips. 29th. There's only 32 teams. Bottom three. 6th in rushing touchdowns allowed. They do give up a lot through the air, which is interesting because the 49ers want to run it. Is Jimmy going to have to throw the ball a lot again? It's not a recipe for success usually. They have forced 5 turnovers in the first 6 games. They are -1 overall in the turnover ratio. Their offense is giving the ball up more than they've taken it. 27th in pass yards allowed, 20th in total yards allowed, 15th in yards per pass, 13th in third down percentage, 6th in yards per rush. So if they're good at anything, it's stopping the run early and forcing teams to throw the ball, which on top of that, they'll jump out into a big lead. They score quick and they score often. They're the 28th defensive DVOA, which measures everything that a team can do. They're 28th. Not good. Their strengths, and this is the matchup of the game. Chris Jones, we know who he is. Defensive tackle, number 1 by Pro Football Focus. He's got a 93.2 grade. He's rushing off the edge. He's rushing straight up the middle. He's doing all kinds of things. He's going to be the biggest problem in the game. Jake Brindle versus Chris Jones scares the living daylights out of me. Now, if you listen to last week, I was worried about Grady Jarrett. Well, guess what? We neutralized Jarrett. So can we do that again to Chris Jones? That's going to be key. That's going to be key. Bolton, their linebacker, who he's been playing Pro Bowl level football. He came out, Missouri, I believe, and his comp was Fred Warner. He's one of those big, strong, fast, just, lightning. He's the new age linebacker that can kind of do it all. He's playing great. L'Jarius Sneed, the corner that started opposite of Charvarius Ward. He's been a top 10 corner all season. He does miss tackles, though, but coverage-wise, pretty good. Weaknesses. Frank Clark and Karlaftis off the edge, not great. Bottom 15% of edge players so far this season. Their linebackers outside of Bolton are bad. Jalen Watson, who took Charvarius Ward's spot when we signed him in free agency, a 7th-round rookie cornerback, which he's played better than being a 7th round, but he's got a lot of missed tackles, 22% missed tackle rate, and he's somebody you can take advantage of. So if you can get Debo or if you can get Ayuk on him, you should go there. Tendencies, they are blitz heavy. Listen to these blitz numbers for the Chiefs defense the last 4 games. Bills 17 times, Raiders 10, Bucks 15, Colts 15. They blitz a lot. Now, Jimmy's been pretty good against the blitz. So not too stressed about that. The only issues we had with the blitz, and this took place really the first 3 weeks of the season, was the center guard tackle on the right side. Brindle, Burford, McGlinchey, them getting confused on things. So that's one of the things. And on top of that, guess what? Christian McCaffrey, great blitz pickupper. He's incredible there. So we'll see there. There's lots of people to take advantage of. Not too worried about their defense. That's not where the 49ers are going to lose this game. They just got to move the ball. So far, the defense has been pretty good in 2022. Falcons, that's the exception. It's the offense that just goes stagnant for halves at a time. You can't disappear against the Kansas City Chiefs for a half. You can't go the entire second half with 0 points. You can't do that. If you do, you're going to get blown out. Now, before we jump to the offense, looking forward to next week, we are going to be throwing a party. We got Chiefs this week. Then we're at Los Angeles for the Rams, which I'm so excited about. That game, I think, is the most important game left on the schedule, personally. Having said that, we do have our parties for 49ersrushroadtrip.com. We're going to be invading LA as we always do. I'm so pumped about this event. We're going to be at the Fountain in LA from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And ticket prices are going to go up after the Chiefs game. So right now, if you're contemplating going, it's $10 right now. And again, you get so much stuff. If you've been to one of our events, you see how many suitcases I bring of stuff we give away. That's what the entry fee goes to, plus reserving the space for us and all that stuff. So that's going to be Saturday. So pumped about that. Our tailgate is going to be one of the biggest tailgates we throw all year. We are in the pink lot. Go get your tickets. Unlimited food, drinks, beer, liquor, everything, TVs. And if you don't you can just come party at the tailgate with us before the game, during the game, after the game. We're going to have our TVs up and all that stuff. I'm going into the game against the Rams, but if you don't want to, if you want to save money, just come party with us. Get your tickets, 49ersrushroadtrip.com. So excited about that. Just look for the flag, the 49ers Rush Road Trip flag. That's where we're going to be. So even if you don't want to take part in the drinks and food, come say hi, please. Those connections and relationships, that is everything. That's everything. Yeah, Tim, we got to score points, man. You are not lying. The 49ers offense got to do something. It's got to do something. 14 points ain't it? But this defense, you can do some things to it. I'm just going to be honest. So now let's look at the offense, and this is where it gets a little scary. Now they are 9th in interceptions. They've thrown 4 interceptions so far this year. So Mahomes has been unbelievable. He's got 17 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Jimmy's going to get to 17 touchdown passes on the year. This dude's already at 17 touchdown passes 6 games in. I mean, they're lighting it up, man. Second and third down percentage at 50%. Second in red zone percentage, 19 touchdowns and 25 trips to the end zone. 5th in total yards, 4th in passing yards, 1st in total points, as we talked about earlier, 20th in rush yards, and 2nd offensive DVOA, 1st in total first downs. They're moving the ball at will, and they're doing it different than what they used to do it. When Mahomes first hit the NFL, it was deep ball, deep ball, deep ball. Tyreek Hill, deep ball, just throw the ball deep. Well, what happened last year is everybody was like, you know what? We're going to do a 2 high, 3 high quarters look against Mahomes and force him to check the ball down. And he hated it. They struggled. This is when they had that slow start last year. Well, guess what? He ain't struggling with that anymore. Now Mahomes is crushing it. And, I went back through and started looking at, where he's having his most success. Again, used to struggle checking down. Now he's at his best. He's got a 122.5 rating with passes 10 yards and below with 11 touchdowns. Yeah, that's a lot. 11 of his 17 touchdowns, all short passing. Now, deep balls, he's at a 95.4, which is still really good, but only 1 touchdown. So teams have just backed up. I expect the 49ers play a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 6, where you do half on the backsides and then quarters on the trip side, the 3-by-1 side. You've got to force them to make negative plays, but the problem with Patrick Mahomes is 3rd and 12 isn't that big of an issue for him, whether he moves with his feet, which the 49ers have struggled with mobile quarterbacks for 5 years now. And so that's rough. And if you're trying to look outside of Mahomes, Kelsey's incredible. There's no doubt about it. And Creed Humphrey, the best center in the game already. Just absolutely, he's a stud. He's an absolute stud. So weaknesses, the wide receivers are bad. Haven't lived up to their potential at all. Tackle play is not good, which is a benefit. You know, Bosa lived in the backfield in the Super Bowl. He really, really did. You could go and I gotta say, Drake Jackson has been unreal. He had his knee issue. His knee kind of tweaked his knee and was out second and third quarters, but then fourth quarter came back in and looked great. So that's one of the things I really want to see. I really want to see. They play action a lot. 1/4 of all their passes are on play action. That's one of the things I want to see. We'll see there. Now, interesting connections, which I like this. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. Shout out to Coach Cruz again. You got TDP and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, both running backs together at LSU. They won the championship together. TDP was the number 2 to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Wayne Gallman and Ray McCloud played together at Clemson. Mecole Hardman, Charlie Warner, they were together and won a championship at Georgia. Jalen Moore and Sky Moore played together. The Moore brothers, they're not brothers, at Western Michigan. Justin Reid, who we talked about, Eric Reid's little brother, and Christian McCaffrey played together at Stanford. Debo, Rashad Fenton, their starting corner, Chris Layman's, their backup corner, all played together at South Carolina. And if you want to throw in Javon Kinlaw, he was there as well, but he's not playing this week. So that's what we got as far as connections. Now let's jump into, now it's time, baby. Our bets of the week and prediction. You guys know what it is. It is winning season at MyBookie. As always, if you want to enjoy the football games, 49ers, or just NFL, or really any sport in general, you can bet on anything over there. MyBookie.ag. We've been with them for years. Very trusted site. Get your money in, get your money out easily. And on top of that, all season, double deposit bonus. Whenever you first deposit your money, let's say you deposit $250, you get $500 credited to your account if you just use our promo code 49ERS or scan this QR code right to the side of me if you're watching this on YouTube. And again, it just sets you up completely. MyBookie is incredible. Bet with us. We're on Patreon. We share our bets every single week, all season long. So join us, MyBookie.ag, promo code 49ers. Bet anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. All right, I'm excited about this. I got to go quick because Schefter just broke the news that Russell Wilson's out this week. So Brett Rypien is going to be the quarterback. I got a 2-team teaser, okay, +7 teaser. So I've got the Jets +8.5 versus the Broncos. Excited about that one. That one should go even more the other way. So you better hurry up because that's going to flip. So if you want that, head over there right now because they're going to be changing that odds in the next 5 minutes. I guarantee you. I got in Jets +8.5 against the Broncos, and I took the Patriots over the Bears. Patriots -1 because, again, we're getting that 7 points on there. Bet 10 to win 7. In my other 2-team teaser, I'm taking 49ers +8 because they're +1 in the spread currently. So 49ers get 8 free points. I think it's going to be a close game, so I think they cover that. I'm not betting the 49ers spread, but I am betting them in a 2-team teaser with the Falcons. Falcons are big-time underdogs this week. With the 7 points, that's 13.5 points on the Falcons side. So the Falcons can lose. As long as they don't lose by more than 2 touchdowns versus the Bengals, we get paid. Really do like those 2-team teasers. I think it's awesome. I really do. And then my bet of the week for the 49ers, all my bets are over on patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. Just posted them. But my bet of the week for the 49ers game, both teams score over 19.5 points, which will be the first time that's happened for the 49ers in any game this year. But I think that's going to happen this game just because the Chiefs' offense is so good, their defense is so bad. This is going to be a high-scoring affair. It's the largest over-under that has been set for the 49ers this year at 49. There's going to be points. So I bet 5 to win 3.6. Both teams score over 19.5 points. And if you want to see the rest of my bets, you can head over there. That's where that's going to be. Now, here we go, baby. Let's get into some predictions and keys to the game. What this is going to look like. You got to control the clock, but you can't just run the ball. I love the 49ers when they run the ball 30-plus times. I don't think they're going to hit that number. I really, really don't. But what I do want to happen is just short, manageable throws, staying on pace, and quit making your damn mistakes. That's huge. Drop passes. They have been the Achilles heel of this 49ers offense because you'll get Jimmy Garoppolo, who's throwing an amazing deep ball, and it's dropped. It's dropped. You can't do that crap. And so take advantage when Jimmy balls out and turn that into a huge positive. This game means a lot to the 49ers. It's kind of back where we started. They want this game, just like we want this game. And so whenever you got guys like Ayuk and Debo and Jeff Wilson, who I think is still going to be playing the majority of snaps, they want this. It's huge. You got to take advantage of the Kansas City miscues. I'm telling you this right now. Patrick Mahomes puts the ball in jeopardy. I mean, he's a gunslinger. You got to take advantage of those. You got to. When you get into the red zone, field goals are not going to win this game. Touchdowns, not field goals, will win this game. Now, it doesn't mean field goals are bad things, but if you're in the red zone, field goal is a bad thing. If you're kicking 45-yarders, you're all right. If you're kicking, 37-yarders, you're not okay. That's a bad thing. So long field goals that you make, all right, that's still in a couple points away. But if you get in that red zone, you need touchdowns. And this defense has been, the Chiefs defense, has been one of the worst in red zone defense. 49ers offense, one of the worst in red zone offense. So is that enough to excel us, to propel us, the 49ers, to cashing in? If Christian McCaffrey does play, that is exactly where I think he will be playing. And I think that's one of the things that's important. Now, he wants to play. And let's hear from Christian McCaffrey, who was asked, are you going to play this week?
Yeah, the good thing about the game being on Sunday is that you still have 2 days. So, you can process a lot in 2 days and figure out a lot in a short amount of time and hopefully be ready to go. But, once again, I'll leave that up to them. But just my job to learn as much as humanly possible in the next 2 days and get ready to play a football game.
So he's going to play. I'll tell you right now, they'll put him out there. It might, and again, you just give him, you make 5 plays and you say, all right, these are your plays. We're going to run them from these 2 different formations. And so that's 5 plays that you can run 15 snaps on, right? So we're going to do, out of this, 11 personnel, we're going to shift this way. We're going to run you this way. Then we're going to flip the play. So even though it's only 5 separate plays, you can run each one twice with a mirrored look. That's about where I expect him to be. So I got him at the 12 to 16 snaps. That's what it is. Defensively, be yourself. It's not a power running team. So the biggest weakness of the 49ers defense is our defensive tackles with Kinlaw and Armstead out. I don't think the Chiefs offense is built to take advantage of that like the Falcons were. They're a different type of team. So the biggest strength of the 49ers defense, pass coverage, pass rush, match is pretty good against what the Chiefs are going to try to do to us. So get off the field on third downs. I thought the biggest play of the game last week was the Jeff Wilson fumble and a free touchdown. He shouldn't have played again after that, personally. But anyway, the second biggest play was that 3rd and 13 where Mariota scrambled. You got caught in a blitz, and he made you pay. Those are the things you can't do. The Chiefs are going to get first downs. They're number 1 in the NFL. They're number 1 in the NFL in most first downs. What you cannot allow the Chiefs to do is convert 3rd and longs. That's what I care about. If they're converting 3rd and 5s and 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 6s, all right. If it's 3rd and 11, 3rd and 15, and they're converting it, watch out. That's where it's going to get bad. That's where it's going to get really bad. Mark says, should I start him in fantasy? In my big home fantasy league, I have Jeff Wilson Jr. and Christian McCaffrey. I'm starting them both. I don't have a lot of better options. I'm benching. Who am I putting on the bench? Gordon from Denver. I'm putting him on the bench, and I think I'm putting who's my other guy? I'm sitting a wide receiver, I think. So, if you have better options, sure. Jeff Wilson, I think, will get more fantasy points than Christian McCaffrey, but I fully expect Christian McCaffrey to get in the end zone. And I'm waiting. My bookie hasn't put up props for Christian McCaffrey yet. If they do, I will be betting him to get a touchdown, but it's not up there yet. That's one of the ones we're kind of staying away. So we'll see where that is. Now, I do think the 49ers are going to have a positive offensive game and production, and I think they're going to find their identity a little bit. I'm pretty excited about this game. However, I don't have the 49ers winning it. I have them losing a close game, 24 to 27. I have the Chiefs winning this. But the 49ers find their offensive identity, and they go into next week ready to win that game. That's the game I care most about. I care about this game, and the 49ers can win this. But I do have them falling a little bit short. I want to be honest. I'm not betting the spread because I don't think they're going to cover it. They're 1-point underdogs. But, yeah, that's why I'm taking them on a teaser. So I have both teams eclipsing 20 points. That's where we're at. I've got us right at the over-under, so I'm not touching that either. But I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. It's been a great week. We will be going live again. Just schedule things. As soon as the game's over tomorrow, we're going live right here. Turn your notifications on if you haven't yet. As soon as we're done going live, we have our Zoom Hangout, which is on Patreon. I'm sharing that link. I'll have that up later today. That's there. So, and again, giveaways. Right after the game, we're giving away the autographed Kyle Juszczyk jersey. Then right after on Monday's show, we'll be giving away the Custom Jean Jacks from @Custom Jean Jacks, JAX, on Instagram. So appreciate you guys. I love it. It's very easy to be excited, and I want to see progress. I really, really do. I hope the Niners come out with a win, but man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Until next time, appreciate everybody. Thank you for all the support. Stay strong, faithful.